everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today I decided I wanted to build a realistic Sims house. It is for a couple of young adults. This is their first home, so I am still getting into the routine of building homes for Sims. I'm not the best, but I was really proud of this little home that I built. And it is still a work in progress because I will be adding things along the way. A lot of the things that I got were from Sims Resource. I did not have this garage door, and I got that from there. This is actually the first time I put a garage in one of my homes, so that's kind of exciting, but I think I'm just going to use it for storage. I also never put hallways in my homes, which also doesn't make it seem too realistic. So I decided to put like one long hallway, or there's two long hallways in the homes in between the kitchen, the bedroom, living room, and bathroom. And I wanted to kind of give the rooms a different shape because I usually put the regular square shape rooms, and I'm trying to get out of that. It is a habit, but I need to get out of it because it's not realistic. So I am learning how just to put, some different structure into the home. So I did go back and fix some of the shapes of the rooms in the bathroom and the hallway. I just realized some of the rooms need to be bigger or smaller. So it did take a minute to get things how I kind of wanted them to go, or I thought they should have went, but yeah, let's give this a little more shape. We do have a little balcony patio, a little patio in the back that's just coming off the kitchen. And I never really put like a little patio. I always just go from the house to a extremely large backyard. And, that is realistic too, but I wanted it to be more, just a little bit more realistic for the house I wanted to build now. I'm also not great when it comes to putting a roof over the house. So that's something I'm still working with, but right now we're just doing super basic house roof on here. So yeah, I'll get better with time, you guys. Does anyone else have that issue? Do you just kind of just put a roof on the house and call it a day? I admit it, I am not good in any way, shape, or form when it comes to like really placing the roof. Yeah, I still need to color it. I'm gonna go back and pick a color for the roof a little later. Right now, I just want to make sure that it's fitting. Not too much of the roof is hanging off the sides or anything. I'm also still trying to learn how to do the like modern style roof. I have no idea which roof to even choose to do that. I did recently create a home that was more modern, but honestly I just grabbed one of these regular rooftops here, and then I just flattened it out completely. It didn't look how I thought it was supposed to look, but it's something. But until I learn how to do a more modern rooftop, we're just going for the regular roof. And then I wanted the front of the house to look just realistic as possible. But yeah, so we're just gonna put a little step here. We're gonna add a door. I'm going to add a little light by the front door later. So yeah, I'm also not too great with my painting of the house. This one I used one of the panels, and I kind of think this one looks realistic. It looks like the paint that I picked made it look like a brand new home, but still realistic. It's not in the super expensive area, but it does look like a brand new home. Fresh paint, fresh everything. And then you see my windows. These are like my go-to windows. I'm not the best when it comes to putting windows. It's either I'm putting way too many windows or I'm just putting too many different shape and style windows. This one, I kind of just wanted to do the same windows around the house, except for the garage and then the restroom. I will be using these windows because it just makes it seem realistic. I'm not going to put a full blown window in the garage or the restroom. They'll be a little bit smaller. And then for the living room, we put these small windows just in the front, and then the regular ones on the side, and then again the smaller one for the restroom. And then the roof, yeah, I just went with a darker color. It also just makes the house seem more brand new. Then I went back and changed the color of these columns. Just I put white. They were brown at first, but I just decided to go with the white. And I have no idea what I'm going to do with the backyard. Honestly, I literally just put a whole bunch of stuff in the backyard. Sometimes I'll put a pool, sometimes just, the typical grill and a chair or bench, table. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this backyard yet. But for now, we are going to put a fence. And am I crazy for this? But in order for me to put a fence, I have to put a wall, right? But I've seen some YouTubers that just put the fence without putting the wall. I'm not sure if that's a thing, if I just don't know what I'm doing, but let me know what you guys think about that. Does it let you guys just put the fence around the house, or do you have to put the walls too? And then the fence that I'm using is already in-game fence. I did look for some new fences that were more realistic, but I didn't find one matching, the aesthetic of the house that I wanted. So I just went with the regular wood fence and then just repainted it white. And then we're gonna add some bushes and trees. And I really like the different colored trees that I put. It just makes it look like fall. Even though I think we're playing in summer, I mean, it's still fine, but I just think it made it look realistic. And honestly, I usually place the most random trees and bushes on these lots. I usually would have just put a palm tree and called it a day, but today I wanted it to look a little bit more realistic. And then I added, I think that's just some dirt or leaves or something, and then I just placed it, and it kind of makes it look like it's, just some fallen leaves. And then I did download some CC for some grass, but I actually don't like this CC that I got. So I think I'm just gonna go with the darker regular the grass that's already in the game and just kind of go over it. But sometimes it does take a while to figure out, exactly what you want to put down. And this one I tried really hard to make it look realistic, and I didn't really want to go for the, perfect green, but in the end, I think it turned out and it looked really good. So we're going to use that one for this house. And then we'll just add some other things around the front just to make it, like the house is actually lived in. We're going to go ahead and add some dirt where the trees and the bushes are. I just started doing this, but it's really needed because if you want to make it seem like it's just, real or lived in, go ahead and add that dirt under your plants and trees and bushes. And then again, this is really just one of my first homes that I've built that I think looks pretty realistic. I still have some growing and learning to do, but for now, I think it looks really good. And then, so here I just went through and I added a little bit more of that dirt or the leaves just on the ground. And then this one I placed here. I think it looks really nice. I wanted to go for a darker color, but but I didn't find a darker color for this part. It's just cement, and then it has little grass peeking through, like the little grooves of it, and I thought that was really cool. And then I did use the cement right here for the driveway. I might add a car there later, but it's some CC that I'll have to download because I don't have cars in my game. I just have bicycles, so for now, I will be adding just, the bicycles. I think that made it look really realistic and it stood out. I'm not done with this house build and I will be adding more, but for now, I'm super happy. I think it looks really good. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think. I will be uploading a video of me decorating it. Bye guys. Thanks for watching.